Captain Jack Foster stood on the bridge of the research vessel Horizon staring at the holographic display. His blue eyes narrowed as he studied the strange object floating in the darkness of space. The sensors had picked up something unusual, a massive structure drifting alone in this empty sector. "What do you think it is, sir?" asked Lieutenant Olivia Reeves, stepping beside him. Jack stroked his short beard. "Not sure. But it's definitely artificial and old. Very old." The Horizon had been mapping this remote area of space when they detected the anomaly. No one had explored this region before. It was too far from established trade routes and had no valuable resources, just empty space and distant stars. "Should we get closer?" Olivia's voice held both caution and excitement. Jack nodded. "Bring us in slowly, Pete," he ordered the pilot. As the Horizon moved forward, the strange object grew larger on their screens. Its shape became clearer, a long, angular vessel with obvious weapon mounts and heavy armor plating. The hull was dark gray with faded markings that looked human in origin. "Is that one of ours?" Sam Martinez, the ship's engineer, whispered in disbelief. The vessel was enormous, at least 5 times larger than the Horizon. Its design was unlike anything in the current human fleet. It looked powerful, dangerous, and very, very old. "Run a scan on those markings," Jack ordered. Olivia worked quickly at her console. "Sir, they're definitely human. Some kind of military designation, but nothing in our current databases." "That's impossible," Sam said. "Humans have only been part of the Galactic Coalition for 50 years. This ship looks centuries old." Jack leaned forward. "What's the radiation signature?" "Minimal," Olivia replied. "Whatever power source it used, it's dormant now, but the hull integrity is remarkable. It's been exposed to space for what must be hundreds of years, but it's almost perfectly preserved." Jack made his decision. "Prepare a boarding team. I want to see this up close." Hours later, Jack floated through the silent corridors of the massive vessel. His mag boots clicked against the metal floor as he reactivated them, standing in what appeared to be the main bridge. His helmet light swept across dead consoles and empty chairs. "This is incredible," Sam said through the comm. "The technology is both primitive and advanced at the same time. Look at these control systems. They're built to last for centuries." Olivia moved to a central console. "I found something, Captain. This appears to be an identification plate." Jack moved beside her, wiping away the dust that had gathered on the metal surface. The words became visible under his gloved hand. "UESDEFIANC, Iron Fleet." "Iron Fleet," he whispered. "I've never heard of it." "Sir," called another crew member from across the bridge. "There's more writing here. Looks like specifications." Jack joined him, reading the faded text. His eyes widened. "This is a warship," he said quietly, "a Dreadnought-class battle vessel. According to this, it carried enough firepower to destroy a small moon." The team fell silent, looking around with new understanding. They stood in the command center of a weapon more powerful than anything humans currently possessed. "But that's impossible," Olivia finally said. "The Coalition Charter specifically prohibits humans from having military vessels of this class. We've never had them." "Maybe not in our lifetime," Jack replied, touching the captain's chair with reverence. "But someone did." Sam's voice came through the comm. "Captain, you should see this. Main engineering. I think the power core is intact." Jack turned to his team. "Let's go. And let's keep this quiet for now. I want to understand what we found before we report back." As they left the bridge, none of them noticed a tiny light blinking on a console in the corner, a system running on minimal emergency power, silently monitoring their presence. The crew of the Horizon had just discovered humanity's forgotten past. They called it Relic, not knowing that the ancient warship was about to change everything they thought they knew about their own history. The news about the discovery spread quickly. Just 3 days after finding the ancient warship, Captain Jack Foster watched as his sleek Silari shuttle docked with the Horizon Asterisk. The coalition had sent officials to inspect the Relic. Ambassador Krizov led the Silari delegation. He stood nearly 7 feet tall with iridescent blue skin that seemed to shimmer under the lights. His 4 eyes blinked independently as he surveyed the human crew. "Captain Foster," the ambassador said, his translator converting his clicking speech into English, "the Coalition Council is very interested in your discovery." Jack nodded respectfully. "We're honored by your quick response, Ambassador. We've secured the vessel and begun preliminary analysis." Yes. Krizov waved a long-fingered hand dismissively. "Let us see this ancient human relic." The mixed group traveled to the derelict warship in shuttlecraft. As they approached, even Jack had to admit the massive vessel looked impressive against the backdrop of space, dark, silent, and somehow threatening despite being powerless. Inside the ancient ship, the auxiliary technicians immediately began scanning everything with their advanced tools. Ambassador Krizov walked with an air of boredom, occasionally touching the walls with apparent distaste. "Primitive materials," he remarked to his assistants. "Look at how they reinforced the hull. So inefficient." Lieutenant Olivia Reeves frowned but kept her thoughts to herself. She had been researching nonstop since they found the ship and believed it represented an important piece of human history. In the main engine room, Sam Martinez proudly showed the visitors the massive power cord he had been studying. "It's remarkably advanced for its age," Sam explained. "The design suggests it could generate energy outputs that would rival modern systems." Ambassador Krizov made a sound that his translator interpreted as laughter. "Engineer Martinez, your enthusiasm is charming, but misplaced. This technology is at least 4 centuries behind current coalition standards." The ambassador turned to his assistants. "Look at these crude power conduits. My ancestors were building living ships while humans were still using metal and wire." His assistants clicked and chirped in apparent amusement. One of them, a younger auxiliary named Traz, pointed at a weapon mount. "They relied on physical projectiles, like throwing rocks." The auxiliary group laughed together while the human crew stood uncomfortably silent. Ambassador Krizov tapped his claws on a console. "Captain Foster, the Coalition appreciates your diligence in reporting this find. We will have it towed to the nearest recycling station. The historical data will be preserved, of course." Recycling. Olivia stepped forward. "Ambassador, with all due respect, this ship represents an important period in human history. We hardly understand it yet." "Lieutenant," the ambassador's tone was condescending, "your species joined the galactic community only recently. This vessel clearly predates that happy occasion. While quaint, it holds no technological value. The materials can be better used elsewhere." Jack cleared his throat. "We would prefer to continue our research, Ambassador. As you said, it's part of our history." Krizov's upper eyes narrowed. "The Council will make the final decision. But I see no reason to waste resources preserving this. What do you call it?" "Ah yes, Relic." As the tour continued, Olivia fell back beside Sam. "They don't understand what we found," she whispered. Sam nodded. "They think it's just outdated technology. But there's something about the design of these systems. They're different from anything I've studied from Earth's records." Later, after the auxiliary returned to their shuttle for the night, Jack called his senior crew to a private meeting. "The ambassador has already made up his mind," he told them. "We have maybe 2 days before they take control of the ship." Olivia leaned forward. "Captain, there's something strange about all this. I've been searching historical records, and there's no mention of an iron fleet or ships like the Defiance Asterisk. It's as if this part of our history was deliberately erased." Jack looked at his crew's determined faces. "Then we have 2 days to solve this mystery. Let's get to work. Sam Martinez moved carefully through the dimly lit corridors of the ancient warship. He had returned alone, determined to examine more of the ship's systems before the auxiliary took control. His flashlight beam cut through the darkness as he made his way deeper into the vessel's heart. There has to be something they missed, he muttered to himself. The auxiliary had been so dismissive, so quick to label the ship as worthless junk. But Sam's engineering instincts told him otherwise. He reached a sealed door marked Command Center Alpha. Unlike the main bridge they had already explored, this room had remained locked. Sam connected his portable computer to the door's control panel and ran a bypass sequence. After several minutes, the door slid open with a groan of protesting metal. Sam's flashlight revealed a smaller secondary command center filled with specialized equipment. "What is this place?" he whispered, moving toward the central console. The room was covered in dust, but otherwise perfectly preserved. The central console featured a strange, circular interface Sam had never seen before. Curious, he brushed away decades of dust, revealing glowing symbols that suddenly activated at his touch. "That's not supposed to happen," Sam said, jumping back as the console hummed to life. A soft blue light began to fill the room as dormant systems awakened. The circular interface spun slowly, and a deep voice spoke from all around him. "Emergency power activated. Identifying presence." Sam froze. "Hello." A beam of light scanned him from head to toe. The voice spoke again. "Human biological signature confirmed. State authorization code." "I don't know any code," Sam said nervously. "I'm Engineer Sam Martinez from the research vessel Horizon *. The system paused. "No authorization code available. Initiating secondary protocol." "How long has this vessel been inactive?" Sam swallowed hard. "We're not sure. Centuries, probably." Another pause. "Understood. I am Valor, Versatile Artificial Logic and Operations Runtime. I serve as the central intelligence system for the UEA's Defiance *. Sam's heart raced. He activated his communicator. "Captain Foster, Lieutenant Reeves, you need to get here now. Bring no one else." 20 minutes later, Jack and Olivia stood beside Sam, staring in amazement as Valor's interface glowed before them. "An artificial intelligence," Jack said quietly. "I've never seen one this sophisticated." "That is because AI systems of my generation were discontinued after the Treaty of New Geneva," Valor explained. "I have been in low-power hibernation mode for 247 years. Olivia stepped forward. "Valor, what was the Iron Fleet?" The blue light pulsed gently. The Iron Fleet was humanity's premier defense force during the pre-coalition era. The UEA's Defiance * served as the flagship under Admiral Eliza Warren. "But there's no record of this in our history," Jack said. "Correct," Valor replied. "When Earth joined the Galactic Coalition, all evidence of humanity's military capabilities was deliberately erased. It was a condition of acceptance into the peaceful alliance." Sam looked stunned. "You mean humans were more advanced than we've been told?" "The technology aboard this vessel represented the pinnacle of human military achievement," Valor explained. "My records indicate that coalition species, particularly the auxiliary, fear humanity's rapid technological advancement and warfighting ability." Olivia's eyes widened. "So they made us forget our own history as part of the treaty." Valor's light dimmed slightly. "Correct. The ships of the Iron Fleet were decommissioned and sent to remote locations. Memory suppression technology was used on Earth's population. Only a small group of officials retained knowledge of humanity's true past." Jack paced the small room. "And now the auxiliary want to destroy this ship before we realize what it truly is." "Captain," Sam said excitedly, "Valor, can you bring the ship's systems back online?" "Limited functionality is possible using emergency power reserves," Valor responded. "Full activation would require proper engine restart protocols." Jack looked at his two officers. "This changes everything. If what VALOR says is true, then humanity has been deceived for generations. Olivia's communicator beeped. Captain, the Xilari delegation is requesting to come aboard again. Ambassador Krizoth says they've finished their analysis and are preparing removal procedures. Jack straightened his uniform. Tell them we'll meet them at the docking port. In the meantime, Valor remain in low-power mode. We'll return soon. As they left the command center, none of them noticed that deep within the ship, ancient systems were slowly coming back to life, awakened by Valor's activation. Captain Jack Foster stood with Ambassador Krizoth on the bridge of the Horizon *, watching the holographic display with growing horror. The screen showed a massive fleet of ships attacking the human colony of New Haven. Those are Vraxian vessels, Krizoth said, his blue skin paling to a lighter shade. At least 30 warships. New Haven has no defenses, Jack said, his voice tight with worry. There are over 50,000 civilians there. The emergency transmission had arrived just minutes earlier. The Vraxian horde, an aggressive species known for raiding vulnerable systems, had launched a surprise attack on the outer colony. The message was cut short before they could learn more. I've lost contact with our patrol ships in that sector, Olivia reported from her communication station. The Vraxians must be jamming all signals. Krizoth's 4 eyes blinked rapidly. This is most concerning. The nearest coalition defense fleet is 3 weeks away at maximum speed. 3 weeks. Jack stared at the ambassador in disbelief. New Haven will be gone in 3 days. The Xilari made a clicking sound of distress. The coalition prioritizes central systems. Outer colonies like New Haven are acceptable losses in strategic terms. Jack's fists clenched at his sides. Not to us. They're not. Sam Martinez burst onto the bridge, breathing hard from running. Captain, I've been monitoring the situation. The Vraxian jamming field is expanding. Soon we won't be able to communicate with anyone. Jack turned to Krizoth. Ambassador, what about your vessel? It's faster than ours. The diplomatic shuttle is not armed, Krizoth replied. And I must return to inform the Coalition Council of this development. You mean you're leaving? Olivia asked incredulously. I regret the situation, but I must follow protocol, the ambassador said stiffly. We will dispatch forces as soon as possible. After Krizoth left the bridge, Jack called his senior officers into the conference room. Their faces were grim as they reviewed the limited information they had. The Vraxians have never attacked with this many ships before, Olivia said. Something's changed. They've always avoided coalition territory, Sam added. Why attack now? Jack paced the room. It doesn't matter why. What matters is that there are 50,000 people who will die if we do nothing. Sir, Olivia said carefully, the Horizon is a research vessel. We have no weapons. Jack stopped pacing and looked at them both. But we do have a warship. Silence fell over the room. The Defiance *, Sam whispered. You can't be serious, Captain. Valor said limited systems could be brought online, Jack reminded them. Olivia shook her head. Sir, using pre-coalition military technology is strictly forbidden. It would violate at least 6 different treaty provisions. And the Defiance has been dormant for centuries, Sam added. We have no idea if it would even function in combat. Jack placed both hands on the table and leaned forward. I'm not going to sit here and watch 50,000 people die when we might have a way to help them. Before anyone could respond, the ship's alarms blared. Captain to the bridge, called a frantic voice over the intercom. They rushed back to find the crew staring at new information on the screens. The Vraxians have destroyed the colony's orbital station, reported the tactical officer. They're beginning planetary bombardment. Jack watched the terrible images, then made his decision. Sam, Olivia, you're with me. We're going to the Defiance *. Alert the rest of the boarding team to meet us in the shuttle bay. Captain, Olivia said, her voice low, this is mutiny against coalition orders. Jack looked at her steadily. No, Lieutenant. This is humanity remembering who we really are. As they rushed to the shuttle bay, they could see the auxiliary diplomatic vessel already departing, fleeing the developing crisis. So much for our allies, Sam muttered. Jack's expression was determined. Let's see if our ancestors left us something better than allies. Let's see if they left us a way to fight. Jack, Sam, and Olivia boarded the ancient warship with a small team of volunteers from the Horizon *. The corridors, previously dark and silent, now hummed with faint power as emergency systems slowly awakened. Valor, Jack called out as they entered the secondary command center. We need your help. The AI's blue interface illuminated immediately. Captain Foster, I detect urgency in your voice patterns. A human colony is under attack. Jack explained quickly. We need to bring the Defiance online. Can you do it? Full system activation is possible, Valor replied. However, with minimal crew and after such prolonged dormancy, operation will be challenging. Sam stepped forward. What do you need from us? The main reactor must be manually initiated. Engineer Martinez, your expertise will be required in the engine room. Lieutenant Reeves, weapons systems need activation protocols entered from the primary bridge. Jack nodded. Let's move. We don't have much time. As the team split up to their assigned stations, two auxiliary technicians who had remained behind to catalog the ship approached Jack. Captain Foster, the taller one named Traz said, What are you doing? Ambassador Krezoth ordered this vessel to remain undisturbed until removal. The ambassador left, Jack replied without stopping. And we're going to save New Haven. The auxiliary's four eyes widened. You cannot activate this weapon platform. It violates coalition law. You're welcome to leave, Jack told them firmly. Or you can stay and help. Your choice. In the engine room, Sam stood before a massive reactor core. Following Valor's instructions, he carefully reset ancient circuits and rerouted power conduits. This technology, he muttered in amazement. It's incredible. Above him, massive rings began to rotate, glowing with increasing energy. The ship's lights brightened as power flowed through long-dormant systems. On the bridge, Olivia worked at the tactical station. The controls were different from modern ships, but Valor guided her through the activation sequence. These weapon systems, she called to Jack, who had just arrived. They're far beyond anything in current coalition fleets. Jack settled into the captain's chair. It adjusted automatically to his form, startling him. Valor, status report. The AI's voice now came from the bridge speakers. Reactor at 40% capacity and rising. Hull integrity at 92%. Weapons systems coming online. All essential systems functional. Jack looked around at the bridge crew, a mixture of his own people and the two auxiliary technicians who had decided to stay. Can we fly this ship? Affirmative, Valor replied. However, I must inform you that activating the Defiance will alert coalition security protocols. You and your crew may face severe consequences. Jack's expression hardened. 50,000 lives are worth the risk. Prepare for launch. Outside, the Horizon crew watched in awe as the massive warship began to transform. Dormant engines ignited with blue fire. Armored plates shifted and sealed. Weapon ports opened along the hull. Inside, the bridge crew felt the deck vibrate beneath them as ancient systems roared to life. Docking clamps released, Sam reported from engineering. Main power at 60% and climbing. The two auxiliary technicians stared in disbelief. Impossible, Traz whispered. This vessel is centuries old. It cannot function this efficiently. Valor's interface pulsed. The Defiance was built to last, unlike modern disposable vessels. Humanity once understood the value of enduring craftsmanship. Jack gripped the arms of the captain's chair. Set course for New Haven Colony. Maximum speed. The massive engines flared brighter, and the ancient warship began to move. Slowly at first, then with increasing speed, the Defiance pulled away from the Horizon reactor at 80%. Sam's voice came through the comm. She's running better than ships I've worked on that are only a few years old. On the bridge, status displays showed the vessel's systems coming fully online. Weapons charged, shields activated. Sensors extended their reach far beyond standard capabilities. "Valor," Jack said, "tell me about this ship's combat abilities." The AI's voice was calm but carried a note of pride. The UEA's Defiance was designed to engage and defeat multiple enemy capital ships simultaneously. You have at your disposal the most advanced weapon system humanity ever created. As the ship accelerated toward New Haven, the crew felt a strange mixture of fear and hope. They were about to challenge the Vraxian horde with a ghost from humanity's forgotten past. The UEA's Defiance approached the New Haven system at a speed that shocked even Jack. The ancient warship moved faster than any modern human vessel, cutting through space with remarkable efficiency. "We're picking up the Vraxian fleet on sensors," Olivia reported from the tactical station. 32 ships in total. They're arranged in a siege formation around the colony. On the main view screen, they could see the horrifying scene. New Haven's orbital platforms were already destroyed. The planet's surface showed multiple impact sites where Vraxian weapons had struck. The enemy ships, dark, angular vessels with red running lights, circled the colony like predators. "They haven't seen us yet," Jack said. "Valor, what's our best approach?" "The Vraxian command vessel appears to be at these coordinates," the AI responded, highlighting a larger ship on the display. "Their fleet communication relies on that vessel. Neutralizing it will disrupt their coordination." The auxiliary technician Traz moved closer to the sensor display, his 4 eyes blinking in disbelief. "This ship's sensor range exceeds our most advanced systems," he whispered to his colleague. Jack straightened in the captain's chair. "Take us in, full tactical alert. Weapons ready." As the Defiance entered the outer edges of the system, alarms suddenly blared on the Vraxian vessels. The enemy ships began to turn, their formation shifting to address the new threat. "They've spotted us," Olivia said. 3 Vraxian vessels broke formation and moved to intercept. On the bridge screen, the crew could see the enemy ships charging weapons. "They're hailing us," Olivia reported in surprise. "Put them through," Jack ordered. The screen changed to show a Vraxian commander, a reptilian being with dark scales and yellow eyes. The alien's expression showed amusement. "Human vessel," the Vraxian said in a harsh, translated voice. "You have entered a combat zone. Your outdated ship is no match for our fleet. Retreat immediately or be destroyed with the colony." Jack stood from his chair. "This is Captain Jack Foster of the UES Defiance *. You are attacking a civilian colony in violation of Coalition space. Withdraw your forces immediately." The Vraxian commander laughed, a grating sound. "You threaten us with one ancient vessel. Your ship belongs in a museum, human." Jack nodded to Olivia, who cut the transmission. "They've locked weapons on us," she reported. 3 cruisers approaching, main fleet maintaining position. "Valor," Jack said calmly. "Show them what this museum piece can do." "Targeting systems engaged," the AI responded. "Quantum cannons charge." The Defiance surged forward, moving with unexpected speed and agility for a vessel its size. As the first Vraxian cruiser fired, the ancient warship's shields flared brilliantly, but held without strain. "Return fire," Jack ordered. Along the Defiance's hull, massive weapon ports opened. Beams of concentrated energy lashed out, striking the lead Vraxian cruiser. The enemy ship's shields collapsed instantly, and its hull split apart in a blinding explosion. The bridge crew stared in stunned silence. "One shot," Sam whispered from his engineering station. One shot took out their cruiser. The remaining Vraxian interceptors hesitated, then turned to flee. The Defiance pursued, weapons firing again. 2 more explosions lit up space. At the tactical station, Olivia looked up in amazement. The main Vraxian fleet is breaking formation. They're scrambling to regroup. They never expected resistance, Jack said. And they certainly didn't expect this ship. On the main screen, they could see the Vraxian vessels turning to engage them. But there was hesitation in their movements now, uncertainty in their formation. All hands brace for combat, Jack called out. Valor, engage all defensive systems. Target their command ship. The Defiance accelerated toward the heart of the Vraxian fleet. Enemy weapons fire struck the ancient warship from multiple directions, but its advanced shields held firm. Weapon systems at full capacity, Valor announced. Firing solution acquired. The deck vibrated beneath their feet as the Defiance unleashed its full arsenal. Beam weapons, missile salvos, and technologies none of them recognized surged toward the Vraxian command ship. When the explosions cleared, the massive enemy vessel was drifting, its systems failing. The remaining Vraxian ships are retreating, Olivia reported, her voice filled with wonder. They're running. Cheers erupted across the bridge. The colony was saved. Traz approached Jack slowly, his expression one of absolute shock. Captain Foster, the auxiliary said quietly, I believe we owe humanity an apology. Jack looked at the view screen, where the retreating Vraxian ships were visible. No apology needed. Just remember, never judge a relic until you've seen it in action. The UEA's Defiance orbited New Haven, a silent guardian above the damaged but saved colony. On the bridge, Captain Jack Foster gazed at the planet through the view screen. Emergency ships from nearby systems had finally arrived, bringing much-needed supplies and medical aid to the colonists. Damage report, Jack asked, turning to Sam. Minimal, sir, Sam replied with amazement in his voice. Shields held at 70% throughout the battle. Some minor stress on the port engine sections, but nothing serious. This ship was built to last. The door to the bridge slid open, and Olivia entered with several officials from New Haven. Their faces showed a mixture of gratitude and awe as they looked around the ancient warship's command center. Captain Foster, said Governor Elena Wright, stepping forward, I came personally to thank you and your crew. Without your intervention, our colony would have been destroyed. Jack nodded respectfully. We did what anyone would do. But no one else could have done it, the governor insisted. 50,000 lives were saved because you had the courage to use the ship. A communication alert sounded, and Olivia moved to her station. Captain, we're receiving a priority transmission from Coalition headquarters. Admiral Zhao is requesting to speak with you. Jack straightened his uniform. Put it through. The view screen changed to show a stern-faced human admiral. Behind him stood several Coalition officials, including representatives from the auxiliary government. Their expressions were unreadable. Captain Foster, Admiral Zhu began, reports of your actions have reached headquarters. You activated forbidden pre-coalition military technology and engaged in unauthorized combat operations. Jack stood tall. With respect, Admiral, I had no choice. 50,000 colonists were under attack, and help was weeks away. Before the Admiral could respond, Ambassador Krizoth moved into view. The auxiliary's manner was different now. Less dismissive, more thoughtful. The captain speaks truth, Krizoth said, surprising everyone. My technicians who witnessed the battle have provided full reports. The Vraxian force would have destroyed New Haven completely without intervention. Admiral Zhou frowned. Nevertheless, the activation of the Defiance has created a diplomatic situation. Many coalition species are concerned about the implications. They're afraid, Jack said simply. They're afraid because they just learned that humans once possessed technology that could rival or exceed their own. An uncomfortable silence followed his words. The truth can no longer be hidden. Valor's voice suddenly filled the bridge. The AI had remained mostly silent since the battle. What truth? Admiral Zhao demanded. The truth about humanity's past, Jack answered. About how we agreed to erase our own history, to forget our achievements, in exchange for acceptance into the coalition. Governor Wright looked shocked. Is this true, Admiral? Admiral Zhou sighed deeply. It was deemed necessary for galactic peace. Humanity's rapid military advancement frightened the established species. Our willingness to set aside our weapons was seen as a gesture of good faith. But you didn't just set them aside, Olivia said. You made us forget they ever existed. On the view screen, Ambassador Krizov stepped forward again. Perhaps this incident provides an opportunity for reassessment. The Defiance protected coalition citizens when our forces could not. This suggests a place for human innovation in our defensive strategies. Admiral Zhou looked surprised at the ambassador's words. The Council would need to vote on any change to the existing treaties. Then let them vote, Jack said firmly. But the Defiance stays operational until they decide. 3 weeks later, Jack stood in a great hall on the coalition capital world. The Council had debated for days about the fate of the ancient warship and what its rediscovery meant for humanity's place in the galactic community. The final decision was announced by the Council Speaker. The UEA's Defiance will be designated as a special protectorate vessel operating under Joint Coalition Command. Furthermore, the classified historical records of humanity's pre-coalition achievements will be unsealed and returned to Earth's archives. As Jack left the chamber, Ambassador Krizov approached him. My people have a saying, Captain Foster. The tree that bends in the storm often stands taller afterward. Humanity has proven itself both powerful and principled, willing to defend others while still valuing peace.